Alrighty then. So I've already got the first one lined up, as you can see. This is Pitfall, The Lost Expedition. Some people may be familiar with the name Pitfall from, say, the Atari or the Genesis. It is all the same series, apparently. I took a quick look out of curiosity, because I had played the Genesis one once upon a time and I was aware of the Atari game. There's also apparently one on the PlayStation and a remake of the Genesis game on the Game Boy Advance. So that's a thing. But we're here to look at the 3D platformer one for the PS2 right now. So we'll see how this goes as we launch into a new game. Look at him running in the corner. Look at him go. That's a face. That's like a panther on fire. We got magic hands. Okay. Just going in right at the gate here. I'm gonna guess that's either our health or its. I can't tell because we kind of just ran into each other. That might be its health, because I made contact that time, and it didn't. You know, just casually kick a panther that's on fire. Well, this is certainly a thing so far. Ah, I fooled you. I jumped over you. And now you lose. What a start to a game. This is why you don't turn your back on a panther. Well, that's less than ideal.
They say that when a giant demon jaguar dripping fire is about to terminate your existence, your life flashes before your eyes. Actually, no one says that. Not a lot of people have experience with giant demon jaguars.
Can't imagine people would. "24 hours earlier."
Yesterday, neither did I. But that was before I met
Bittenbinder. Bernard Bittenbinder. PhD, to be precise. Thought we'd get introduced. The only ones on this plane to South America seems to be you and a group of...
You found that Toltec crystal skull and discovered that light when shined through it actually slows down.
That research wasn't ever published. Who are you?
Harry. Most people call me... Pitfall Harry.
So you assume I'm like most people. What are you doing?
Staring.
Turn on the charm. This is my medium set.
You might want to try high setting at that rate. You're really not getting anywhere.
Charm's getting to you, huh?
Great, we're a creep. Joyous day.
Where's Nicole? There's only one shoot left!
What are you... Let me go! Now you're Mr. Macho? Saving a woman while you die for her in the cold night?
In the hot nights.
Ugh! Ah!
Well, that was a choice. You know, people probably could have shared parachutes, right? You didn't have to go one to a chute the whole way down? No? Okay. I feel like this is a deserved face planting. Maybe he'll get amnesia and get a better personality. Somebody's setting off flares. Why are there sentient death pits? I feel like this shouldn't be a thing. You know, just somehow sentient death pits just seem wrong. Whee! Okay, that at least feels natural. What? Wait, hang on. What is this sneaking pose he's got going on here? What is this? No. Just no.
What have we here?
Right stick to grab it? Okay.
Gotcha.
So I just have free control of his right arm, I would like to point out. Why, I don't know. And he seems very surprised. Look at this. He seems very surprised when his hand moves. Like he's got some kind of parasite that's making his arm do things without his interaction. Okay, why is my arm doing this? I am confused. Monkey! I don't know if I had to do that, but best to assume hostile. Well, these seem important. Let's break all of them. That's a good idea, right? These aren't priceless artifacts or anything. Press triangle to snap camera to Harry's back. Hold it to look around. Oh god, his neck is not a neck. Well, guess we need to go up there though, huh? Well, good news, his neck is really not a neck anymore with that impact. Huh. Okay. Maybe this will get him a better personality. But just keep cracking his head on these pipes for a minute here. He'll stop being a creep. So with the way he jumps, I'm more hitting him in the spine than I am hitting his head. Because he goes into a crazy hunchback form when he jumps for some reason. But I presume the intention is that I go up the hole there. I'm not really sure how that's possible. Oh, it's because I'm not supposed to go up the hole. Yeah, get out of here, whoever you are.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Okay, you just have one of those. So. Explorer idols are worth 5 regular ones. Okay. Okay, I don't grab the water. Ah. Healing water. Okay, sure. Splish splash, I was taking a bath and now I'm immortal. Don't ask how that works. I don't know either. Oh, I thought they were gonna spit fire at me. No, they're just pointing. Like, hey, stupid, go that way. Into the very obvious cave mouth opening that way. I hear Frog. Oh, I see Frog. Gonna go out on a limb and assume those are piranha. And I feel like being in the water with them is probably a bad idea. That said, I appear to have no other options. So, hope for the best. Gotta go right now. Is this a piece of our plane or is this a piece of another plane that crashed here? The paint job on it's a little weird compared to what the plane we were on, so I'm like, maybe not. I thought our plane was all green with a little bit of other colors, but maybe the paint came off as it slammed into the ground. Could be. Hello, Mr. Gator. I'm gonna just use you as a platform, don't mind me. How strong are we that we can just punch these and they fly apart? Hey, monkey. Sacrifice to the pit. Oh, wow, it actually ate him. Well, I'd feel bad, but, you know, I'm amused. Oh, he's dead. They really expect you to be getting hit a lot, huh? Wake up that shaman. Well, here's one way to wake somebody up. Ah, shaman shop. The native shaman has a bunch of good stuff for sale, and he takes treasure idols in trade. So I can get extra health, more max canteens, some new abilities, breakdance? Huh. I assume knows about areas. I mean, the mystery item's for free. Oh. I'm not sure what this is, but it reminds me of a simpler time. A time when all I had to worry about was jumping on croc heads and grabbing money bags. And it comes with a note saying to use it, I have to find a punch out shrine and a torch. That's probably, Oh, it looks like I can only buy the one item. Head to the Punch Out Shrine in the heart of the jungle to take your new purchase for a test run. It's probably another one of those ports of the original Pitfall that apparently each of these games has had in them. Oh god. Well, he's dead. He will not be missed. Phew, I thought I wasn't making that one. Not that far, Harry. Harry, please. Harry, listen to me, man. Fine, you want to spin that way around? We can spin that way around. Now go that way.
Gotta slide down.
Please tell me I can't slide off. Okay, good. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Look at how his legs wiggle, but the rest of his body is like perfectly solid stationary. Good God. Hey. Hup. Huh. Oh, platform. Okay. Nope. Don't like this. Wait. Healing fountain. Hate that sound. And I see where this is going. Don't mind me, gentlemen. Just coming through. I didn't have to break all of those, but why would I leave any standing? To Punch Out Shrine. Oh. Rolling around at speed. How does he fold up and roll so well? This man has no bones. Ow. Ow. So that didn't go well. Whoa, boy. I see. I see.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to say it like that? Come out of that bush right now, young man. Okay. Okay. Up you go, dum-dum. Quicker than that, please. Position the camera higher or lower than normal. Press these buttons and move the right stick. Okay, we can look down the hole and realize there is a hole. I love that he hits his chin on the ladder the whole way down.
I'll mark this on my map so I can come back later.
Wait, really? Oh, no shit. Huh. That's actually really nice. That map is actually somewhat useful. Main cockpit. Don't worry, eventually you'll become Spider-Man. What do you mean that's not how that works? But did I say Spider-Man? I meant Spider-Chow. He'll figure it out. Oh, the scorpions aren't done for. You need to purchase more powerful attacks to squash these scorpions. Okay. Well, for now, they're out of my way, and that's all that matters. Rip monkey. Monkey go squish. Okay. Why am I here? Maybe I'm supposed to climb up. Because there's light above. That plan's not looking great. Just gonna go out on a limb and think that that plan's not gonna work. I hear someone calling. Maybe I'm supposed to jump in the hole, even though it's all zappy. Well, what I tried to do worked, but it didn't at the same time. Not really sure what to do with what I've done here. For those wondering, I am holding towards the plane from to stay there. I can just fall off. But I'm just like, huh, that's a thing. Do I, like, break the rocks? Also, that jump kick is a thing. Somebody's on the other side of this wreck here. But I guess we can't go this way right now? Well, that's not what I wanted. I mean, it is, but not really. Yeah, because we were supposed to go to the Punch-Out Shrine and do a thing.
All I wanted him in the village, and all he could just say was, you know, he wanted to kill me.
That guy seems to have gone slightly insane sitting there. He's just saying kill a lot. There we go. I feel like I'm not supposed to be down here right now, considering we weren't getting anything done there. Aha! Gimme. The thing is, it was tutorializing us on the way here. So maybe we are supposed to be here? But then why did it not tell me what I was supposed to do when I got to the plane wreckage? Like, it's been doing a weird mix of handhold, but no handhold. You can get under that. Oh god, what have I done? Woo! Sick breakdancing moves! I have questions about how he maintains this pose. He's so sneaky. Yeah, going back really doesn't seem to be an option. So either I've screwed up majorly already, somehow, or now I have screwed up. He slid off of his own volition. That one's not my fault. This may not be doable now, but we'll find out. Yeah. Little bit floaty to get there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's still good. It's still good. Nope, nothing else in there. Like, we've got to be able to do something over here, since this is the only place we can get to now. There wouldn't be a soft lock right at the beginning of the game. There's a gap up at the top there. So maybe we're supposed to somehow climb over the top of the plane wreckage. Like, maybe we can swing high enough to get up there? Yeah. There we go. That is what we're meant to do, and then we roll through the hole.
Hey, you made it.
Any other survivors?
The doctor, Mr. Leach, went off to find the others. Now, they took that tank, the Gizmo 85. Yeah,
Could you stop pointing at me?
Gizmo 84. Follow the tracks. I'm sure you'll find them. Will you help us locate everyone?
I, get to rescue the girl?
I suggest you let her think she rescued herself. Here, you might try gathering water from that pond out there. Oh, it's very clean. Tasty, even. I think it may even possess healing properties.
Why do you now have a
It looks
second
like
one?
You could use some healing.
Thanks.
Then follow those tracks. Me, I've got to fly.
But why, though?
When I found out that Bittenbinder had survived the crash, I decided I'd follow his tracks to see if I could hitch a ride. I didn't know my choice would ultimately lead me to becoming lunch for a demonic jaguar, so off I went with my new canteen in hand.
It's spoiling your own future. You've received the canteen. It can carry the healing water found in magic fountains. To drink, equip with it up on the D-pad, and then hold right stick up. But you'll have to fill the canteen with healing water first. Anything else in here before I go running off? Apparently they shut the door on me. Because wasn't that door open during the cutscene, or am I crazy? I guess it doesn't matter. Also, I can't help but notice that that entire plane was full of crazy people. Glug, glug, glug. Yes, I know it's empty. Harry, please. There we go. I thought maybe I only had the one space in the canteen at first. But no. It just takes a while. Okay. So the gizmo they took clearly gets up there on its own. We have a slightly more complicated time about things.
Looks pretty rickety.
I would say that's some power, but that tree was on its last legs to begin with. Oh. Well, killed them. I will say, this plays very well compared to what I expected out of this. Like, I don't know if this is actually good, but it plays pretty well. Oh, come on now. I'm starting to regret saying anything nice. cut it out with... You get out of here. Sweep the leg. Like, the amount of moves Harry has is surprisingly diverse. Okay, so it's 1 hit point per drink. Okay, that's not ideal, but we'll get over it. Anki. Such stealth. They'll never see me coming. I could have just pummeled all of them. Yeah, I figured there was gonna be another trap. Ah. Fuck you and your statues. For attempting violence upon me, I destroyed everything they hold dear. Ha! You can't harm me, I'm in the healing water. I'm actually surprised that I could hit him from inside the healing pool. That's actually pretty great. Go ahead and just fill that up. Just bash my head into the side of the fountain. Just ow, 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 ow. Don't worry, I'm getting smarter doing this. Boogity boogity. You are so lucky I got the range wrong, otherwise you... Yeah, that was gonna happen. Just gonna casually break everything they hold dear. I think I upset them. Oh, they ran over here, huh? Oh yes, run to the hole. That's a great idea. Enjoy being a sacrifice. Now you get back here. Wow, he hit me out of the air, huh? I'm starting to change my mind about this game a little bit. I was starting off being very positive. That moment right there has me changing my mind a little. Because that's a lot of enemies that just pelt you constantly. Ow. I do appreciate how he actually stops the logs when they hit him. That's actually a surprisingly nice touch. Like, the speed these guys throw rocks at is a little much for right at the beginning of the game. Especially since they're all throwing them. Like, if it was just a special type of native throwing rocks, I think it'd be okay for them to throw quick like that, but for every single one of them to be throwing them, that's a little much early on. I feel like you could have done without that being a thing right at the start of the game. It's workable, obviously, but just like, eh. I think I woke the monkeys up this time. They went a little early. I think, though, once I adapt to the camera, the fighting won't be so bad. Because you notice I can dispatch them very quickly and easily when I can see them. It's just a matter of being able to see them that's caused me issues so far. We really gonna do this bit again? Okay. immortality is a wonderful thing. You may end up hearing some machinery noise again, because apparently they're paving a section and again down toward the end of the road, and they're using the loudest, shittiest machinery to do it. So I apologize if that ends up coming through. Yes, yes, this sequence again. There we go, we got most of them quickly this time. Or apparently there's like 3 times as many as I thought there were. Jesus. Fuck you. One guy left hanging around somewhere. Come here, you. Off to the altar of Hanete. He almost auto-ran into the pit there, and I would have been very upset, but also amused. Got a whole new area to run around in.
I'll mark this on my map so I can come back later.
Ah, so I need a sling to do something around here. And a sling is a thing we get. Oh, that up there looks important. Heroic Dash needed to cross hot coals. Makes sense, this guy just runs like hell and eventually doesn't burn his feet off. Fair enough. I do appreciate that it tells you what you need when you approach these places. It does take some of the mystery out of it, but at the same time, with us encountering all of these so early, it's probably best that they just are like, hey, this is a thing you get later. Don't worry about it right now. I can just reach through there. Come on. It's right there. Gimme. Just like grab a stick and hook it, pull it in, you'll be great. Everything will be fine. I assume we actually need to do the thing. Oh god, hang on. The thing up there. That thing. I assume we need to do all of that in order to get into where that item is. So that's gonna be a whole thing. And I assume the sling probably will rotate this around so that we can use it as a plank to get over there. How exactly that'll work, we don't need to think about right now. Tilt the camera back down a little bit so I can see the ground properly. There we go. Whole lot of jungle. Gonna go out on a limb and assume if I jump off of here I die. So let's not do that. Harry, please. This is a healing pool. Am I full? I'm full. Very good. So we need a torch to go that way, Heroic Dash to go that way. That's just not open. We did just see some vines near me when I climbed up here, so maybe that's a thing? Maybe this is a path I'm supposed to take? But that doesn't look doable. Like, getting between these two... Oh, Jesus. Harry, please. Harry. Getting between these two vines doesn't seem possible. Is like, that's a hell of a launch from that vine to that vine. I don't know, though. Because that does look like it gets you inside. But it may be that you go from there out. Because that vine on the right is higher than the one on the left. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Because it is teaching you how to steer vines, so maybe he launches high enough to reach that? That just really doesn't look doable, but... only one way to find out. Okay, no, we actually get enough swing that maybe. Yeah, there we go. I think that's just the depth perception in the game not quite being the best. Combined with my own depth perception not being the best. Just at times. And a hop. And a pop. And a hop. And a tap. There we go. They really wanted to make the most of having the right stick. Good for you. I think I got a little lost. So what's the point to this vine? I'm gonna guess it's for... oh wait, hang on. I was gonna say it's for swinging to the propeller blade, but it might be for getting up there. Oh, hope for the best. Yeah. And that gets us up here, which does... question mark? Ooh, there's a shaman up there. Tell me things, good sir. We have 7 idols, so I still can't get any of the new moves. We can get more canteen or more health. I feel like we don't need the notes. I feel like those aren't gonna be the most important thing to get. Because I'm assuming the notes are probably just gonna mark some stuff on your map for each of the areas. Let's get the extra health. With his curious magic, the shaman can make me healthier than I've ever been before. Pretty handy, what with all the nasties roaming around these parts. We may as well actually look at the descriptions of these, though. This power-up will let me carry more mystical healing water around in the canteen. Always good to have some extra healing water just in case. This move lets me do a mighty downward smash during a double jump, crushing enemies directly below me. He goes from super muscular in that picture to back to Twigman. And smashing through some terrain to reveal treasures. Very useful in combat where there's a lot of jumping involved. This power-up lets me fire supercharged rocks from the sling, powerful enough to take out all but the toughest enemies with a single shot. Great for long-range sniping. I'd love to have that, but we don't even have the sling yet. With this move, I can deliver a 360-degree attack that smashes through enemy shields and other defenses and makes me invulnerable to attacks. Great for fighting large groups of enemies. I'd love to have that. With these notes, I'll be able to know exactly how many treasures, shaman, and explorers are hidden in every corner of this jungle. Very handy if I'm planning to find 100% of the hidden treasures in this region. That's about what I figured that was going to be. Like a, hey, this is what's around this area. But let's go ahead and grab the extra health. Assuming I can only buy the one thing per shaman. Yep. Okay. The shaman, offended by our dance, leaves in disgust. Aha. Well, I aha'd, but the aha didn't really actually lead to anything. Okay, I guess breaking the top off this thing wasn't actually a thing that was gonna happen. Okay, I thought I was supposed to like push one of these off and it would tip over or something stupid like that. And then we would reveal the interior to get at the thing that was inside. Turns out that was completely wrong. So I don't know how you get in there. I also can't get at the right height to look in there particularly. It's like it looks like it's inside a pot inside the building. Oh well. I was gonna try to sneak past them, but clearly they're not falling for that. Get disposed of them pretty handily, aside from this guy who's going to almost boss me by himself. Good God. That was very nearly tragic. Wait, why am I doing that? Hold that thought. Before I waste animation time grabbing the healing water from there, there was a fountain not far from here. I feel like this will take less time than it would take for me to drink and then refill. Just walk over here and do this. I'm still gonna have to refill one, but efficiency. Or in this case, not staring at long animations for no good reason. So far, this game isn't bad. I don't really know why I never heard of this one before. It's like, I straight up never saw this, never heard of this, nothing. This is a complete left field pull. So all this water is being siphoned straight to this massive tree. And it's a pretty big tree. Not gonna lie. May not be the biggest tree I've ever seen, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I heard something mean nearby. I thought for a moment I was meant to jump there, but I think... No, I can't even jump to that. Hi. So I guess those monkeys are just meant to be alarm enemies. They, like, spook anything that's nearby into knowing that you're there. I don't know. I'm not sure what their purpose is. Because they just kind of run in circles. Oh. Gas mask needed. Yeah, that checks out. Can I climb this? Nope. Ah, I just didn't see the vine before. Ah, well, hopefully that's not a problem, that I've just raised the water level and I'm probably drowning the tree now. As well as the monkeys I knocked out down there. Wait it. Harry, Harry, Harry of the jungle, watch out for that shroom. There we go. Gonna assume, yeah, there's nothing up there. Part of me is like, I should probably walk out on that branch to see if there's any goodies up there. Oh. Well, I thought I broke the other one. Apparently they just break when you're at the right part. Okay, good to know. I guess I shouldn't feel bad about that anymore then. Oh god. I feel like I wasn't supposed to be on that branch. Harry, please. Harry, there's a perfectly good branch to climb on, my dude. Come on. Okay, we are once again free from the tyranny of water. Where the hell? 'Cause that vine seems too far away. But again, maybe it's just a case of it looks too far away, but it's not actually, and we can clear that jump. Oh, actually, no, I think I see. You jump to this branch, which also looks a little suspect, and then you jump to the vine. Got it. And hop. I got stuck. Help, I'm stuck. Can't see. Getting pummeled with fruit. Where did all of that even come from? Is it all came... Oh. Well, I went back to sleep, I guess, because there's a monkey up there, and I would figure he would be one of the ones that threw stuff at me. But apparently he went inactive again right after throwing one, so hooray? Question mark? No. No. No scrim. They don't want me to launch all the way over there, do they? That seems like crazy talk, which is exactly why I'm going to try that first. And a hop, and a pop, and a hop, and a pop. There we go. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Really didn't think I was going to make that. Whee! We really are going to ruin this whole ecosystem. As is our function as explorers. To boldly go to places no one's been and destroy them for all of time. So there's a further up over here with the mushroom. But it looks like it doesn't really go anywhere. And then there's this. So I guess we're going this way. To Statues of IR. Okay. Boss fight? Uh-oh. That's a dead snake. Because that's how you check if a snake's dead. Yes, that's a great idea. Hello, Mr. Meow Meow. You have fun with that. I'm gonna leave.
No need for thanks. Oh, part of the job. You can talk. Some Jags have what it takes. Others don't. You mean vocal cords? Not vocal cords. Magic. Why, isn't it apparent that I'm one of those super courageous Jaguars who defend the weak, who protect the innocent, and who a very powerful, wise sorcerer would therefore bless with the power of speech? That snake? It was dead. Huh? And you knew it. Oh, no. Dead snakes are the most dangerous kind.
I like him already.
You find a dead snake. You pick it up to study it. You slip on a rotting mango. You fly onto your back as the snake goes airborne. And there you are, helpless on the ground, when coming down through the air towards you is the dead snake. Its beady, dead eyes fixed on you. Its dead mouth wide open, and its dead fangs about to plunge right into your neck. Luckily for you, the bravest cat in the jungle just saved your life.
Well, that was sudden. Bravest, yes. Did his voice sound familiar, or am I losing my mind? Might be a sound alike of some kind. Either way, that was a thing that happened, I guess. Can I, like, take the dead snake with me and use it as a whip? No? Okay. Because that seems like it would have been useful. Sadly, no such luck. Whee! What do we got over here? Oh, these tip. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I guess I go up there? Seems like a bit of a reach, but we may as well give it a shot. Worst case, we fall to our death. I mean, that won't happen. What did I just say? What part of we weren't gonna fall to our death did you not understand, Harry? Yeah, because we can't climb up on top of there, so that's not happening. On the bright side, this plate never seems to tip far enough that we fall off or anything. It seems like I have to get up there, and I just botched the jump, I guess. Like, I probably need to be at, like, max height to make it or something. Or I'm actually going too far, because I'm ending up underneath the hand now that I think about it. So maybe I don't need to adjust height at all. Maybe I'm just overthinking this, as I'm wont to do. Yep, that's exactly the problem. Okay, very good. At least I figured it out, I guess. This way? I'd say you had a good head on your shoulders there, buddy, but you seem to be missing an important feature of that idea. Smash strike needed. Okay. We don't have that yet. Oh, well. He fell so slowly. I guess maybe I'm meant to go to that vine now? Like, from the hand, maybe? And then we go over there? I know it's a little wiggly. He keeps trying to reset to facing center. No, that's not possible. I'm not sure I can grab the branch. Well, it's a good thing we have a lot of water in the canteen. Oh, and we're stuck here now, huh? Great. That's what I wanted. Can I clear this jump? Sure can. Okay, very good. That means we can get back up. I guess that's a safety net in case you do exactly what I did, or more likely, screw up the jump. Remember once again how moments ago I was complimenting this game? Yeah. Starting to take that back now. Starting to take that back. It's got some charm going on here and there. Like, the writing seems to be sufficiently tongue-in-cheek to end up amusing. It doesn't all hit, of course, and some of it's a little dated, but that's to be expected. Huh. We found Bittenbinder's camp, so that's a good thing, hopefully. If he's actually there. If anybody's actually there. Yeah, you keep showing that porcupine what for there, buddy. I'm just gonna pass through, don't mind me.
I told
Gyrocoptic detriification is still an inexact science.
I hear a lot of conversation happening that only somewhat makes any sense.
Ray, you should write a paper on it for the Journal of the National Society of Getting Things Stuck in Trees.
National Society of Getting Things Stuck in Trees, huh? Why did I drown? What? I am confused. I guess I got myself stuck under the log, so it counted me as dying? I'm not entirely sure what transpired there. Maybe I'm supposed to stop him. And then the porcupine's helpful, maybe? Yeah, the porcupine seems very stun-locked for eternity. Ah, okay. That's how I dispose of porcupines, then. Got it. Okay. We go up here? Well, the game certainly doesn't want me up here. So that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just not gonna try to unpack what I see over there. Also, I guess the piranha got me, and that's why we died when we were stuck in the water for a second. That probably would do it. But I appear to have to go through the piranha-infested waters to do anything. So maybe I just missed a spot where I could climb up over here? Hello, gentlemen. I would like to ascend using your vehicle. No? Okay. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I would like out of the water. Why is Harry so inept? There's so many ledges we could have just reached up and grabbed. But I'm guessing they want me to go here and then do a whole platforming section to get there. An entire platforming section that could have been avoided by him just lifting his arms. Ah, well. I guess we're getting there anyway. But god damn it, Harry. What happened to your arm? I'm gonna guess the landing. Or, you know, movement like that.
Not going very well, I'm afraid. After we found this abandoned structure, Leech took off in his gyrocopter and got himself stuck in a tree. I've broken my arm. The gizmo tank's stuck. Here, take this.
The Heroic Handbook?
A book of knowledge that no adventurer should be without. I'm afraid some of the pages were scattered in the jungle during the crash, but at least the rising strike maneuver is still in there. It'll help you free the gizmo tank.
Okay, I press square and X, so I just do an uppercut. Okay. Sure thing. Except he uses his feet, but, you know.
Okay, rising strike up there, knock down that pillar. Got it.
Or, you know, miss and plummet into the water. That's also an option. Send help. I do not wish to be piranha food. Ah. Okay. Everything is fine. Everything is just fine. And by fine, I mean I'm still panicking internally, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Shut up. No, 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 no. There we go. Yeah. I don't know about that.
Good job, Harry.
So, why are you guys here?
Leech.
You're here for Leech?
Free Leech and the gyrocopter. My guess is that if you hit the bullseye on the wing, that should do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So now I got a
I need to
sling?
help my friend, Kevin McAllister,
The archaeologist from Yale?
by acting as his guide. When he came here a few months ago, I was too busy to join him. Well, at least that's what I tell myself now. He hasn't been heard from since. And his daughter Nicole asked me to help her find him.
I see. You're here because of...
Nicole,
because of guilt.
which is not such a bad thing. For instance, you should feel guilty that you haven't tried to free Leech from that tree.
You're really just on that idea, huh?
My guess is Leech is probably pretty sick and tired of being stuck in that tree.
He's lucky I wasn't paying attention to the instructions, or I would have hit him with this sling by now.
Calm down.
I am very calm. I'm very calmly throwing stones at you.
What are you doing? Are you insane?
Maybe a little.
Calm down.
Okay, that was one for every time he yelled at me about Leech. Now, where is Leech? Also, maybe he shouldn't have run off in a gyrocopter like an idiot. So we are at an hour, and I was planning to only go for an hour each. To keep going or to change, that is the question. I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and put a pin in this for now, since we seem to be able to save anywhere at any time. Oh, it's only the progress as you entered this level, huh? Well, that kinda sucks. But we also didn't do a lot in this level, so it's kind of okay. So we'll go ahead and mark that off like that, and we'll move on to the next one. The next one will either be better or not. It's a thing. Sure is a thing. Go ahead and skip these. That seems louder than the other one was. Yeah, it's definitely louder. Hang on. That in the bud before it gets out of hand. That should be better. You may notice a certain iconic individual right here. That should tell you everything you need to know about what we're getting into now. Because this is Woody Woodpecker, escaped from Buzzard Park. Found this one by accident. Not gonna lie to you. But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's do it. Let's lower that sound effect volume a little, because I'm betting that's probably not gonna be the best. They've got a console and a video game. And then evil things happened. And then there were no children anymore. It's a note that says blah, 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 blah. Time to go. If you ever want to see Knothead and Splinter again, I want $1 million. I'm holding them prisoner in my theme park. There'll be no cash for you, Buzz. I don't remember Woody's voice. And it was high. But it's been too long since I've seen any of that. Last, it also scrolled off screen before I had a chance to do anything with that. But here we are. We are Woody Woodpecker. with kind of a horrifying 1,000-yard stare a little bit, but, you know, don't question that. I want to leave the game and keep moving in this direction. Wait, I can just leave? Huh. Okay. Get a meter that charges up where we peck. Okay. He can embed himself in objects. Apparently I can't, like, vault off of that, though, so that's not particularly helpful. This music's totally not gonna get annoying or anything. So I guess I'm going to Space Rocket. Okay. As I follow the trail of W's. Gotta say though, this theme park kind of sucks. There's nobody here. I mean, I guess maybe it's the off-season, but I feel like, no. This is just a publicity stunt. Hey, you. Hey. Talking to you. No? Okay. This can only end well. Okay, so we get, what was that, 30 of those, and we get health, I guess? Go through the door, stand in front of him, and press the action button. Just slam my head into it. That solves everything. When in doubt, just smash your head into things. It'll totally solve most problems. Admittedly, don't actually do that, but, you know. Are you hostile? You sure are. Okay. So this is a thing. Guess we're doing this. I'm not sure what that symbol means. But I see prizes, so I'm gonna go get those first. That just makes more sense than just zooming off, especially since there's an extra life involved. And I have no idea how difficult this game is or anything, because I've literally never seen this, and I've now thrown myself into the abyss. This is what I get for trying to show off and do something silly. Pay for my sins immediately. To climb onto wooden blocks, press the action button repeatedly. Oh. So he just pecks his way up the wall. Okay, sure. That's totally how that works, yes. Nothing wrong with this logic at all. Okay. I hit you first, damn it. They've got a gun, and I've got a dead. Well, that's a problem. Thankfully, they stay dead at least. I'm not sure why sometimes that just wasn't working. Okay. So those are platforms that'll raise and lower. Got it. Today I learned. Oh, this seems safe. To take a ride on the rocket, stand next to it and press the action button. Well, that seems like lucky timing more than intended, but I'll take it. Ah! Would have been nice if you warned me about needing to stick to dismount there, game. Whee! I mean, I should have assumed riding across on a rocket would lead to my death, but you know. So many games give you leeway on that. This one, nope. Death. That is all Woody knows is death. They are very generous with the extra lives, though, so I suppose that's to balance out the fact that they're trying so hard to murder you right out the gate. It's like they knew that was a newbie trap, and they're like, you know what? Here, let's make up for it. Wait, did I not get that life, or is there another one? Hold up. Ah, there was a life there, too. Okay. How much is that humming picking up on the mic? Not very at all, at least when the noise gate kicks in. Okay. So that's helpful, at least. Hopefully that's not getting too loud. There's sadly not a lot I can do about it. Short of, like, muting when it's actively getting loud. And that really wouldn't help anything. Because I'd be muting on and off constantly and not getting anything done. Gotta walk back through that whole area because I slid off of there, so that's great. Meanwhile, he just sounds like a squeak toy every time he's jumping. Aha. Aha. At least it was quick this time. Oh, this again, huh? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the rockets are fun. I just am still mildly confused why they kill you. That really feels like an oversight. A little bit, yeah. What's up, Pazzy? Welcome to Woody Woodpecker. Okay, those will kill me. Another extra life, very good. Whee! This might be bad for me. No, we're fine. Everything is fine. I tried to cheese my way up there and it did not work. The world may never know. Did you forget your own layout there, buddy? Well, that happened. I am confused by everything I'm dealing with here. Because I have seen some of the old Woody Woodpecker stuff, but this seems different than that. But I think there was like a later run of it that was weird that I never saw. And that's probably what this is based off of. Space Part A cleared, and now he's got an umbrella for some reason. I missed one enemy, and we got all of the W's. So that's good? We got $1 from that. I mean, at least he still does that. He still has that going for him. For better or worse. Why is the save point a paw print? I'm doing fine so far, aside from being very tired because my body was very unkind last night. But you know, we make do. I had hinted at this yesterday, so I opted to make sure to get it done. I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to answer any of those questions, nor is this game going to answer any of those questions. It's fine. it's that time of year again where life gets complicated. We just do the best we can. Okay. I can see a lot of things, and I have no idea why. Like, I guess that's to give you a view of the layout a little bit, but at the same time... Listen here, you little shit. Just coming out of nowhere and slapping me upside the head. What does he think he is? Yeah, exactly. Because I put that in multiple places just to see what people would say. Is when I did one about tactical RPGs, people gave me some very interesting answers. So I wanted to see what would happen with that one as a follow-up. A lot less happened with that one. I think I over-restricted it because people didn't know what to answer at all at that point. Which does not surprise me. Because, you know, it's no fun if I make it easy and give people the option to answer the, like, big 5 series, because then everybody's gonna answer that. So there's fall damage in this game. Okay. I should have guessed, but I was hoping I could get down there quicker. Which in the end I did. So, still worked. Just, you know, not ideal for Woody's brain, but Woody doesn't have a brain really anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, the thing is, Conker's not as well known anymore, so I figured that one was fair play. But I'm surprised nobody said it. 'Cause I wanted to leave a couple things in so people had some of the easier to reach options. 'Cause, like, I didn't even cut the Sly Cooper series off that list or anything. Because I figured some people are going to remember that, but not enough people that it's going to turn into the only answer I see. Because that was the whole point of the restrictions, is so that it wasn't just a sea of the same 4 answers. Because if I left any of the ones I did cut off of there on there, that's exactly what I would have seen, is everybody would have been saying the same handful of answers over and over again. Which over on Blue Sky, I did get a couple different answers. Yeah, Gex would have been another good one to have moved off of there. But at the same time, only like half of his games were 3D, so I figured that one was fair. And most people aren't going to think of Gex anyway. That's another one that people don't really remember. Jak and Daxter would have been another one of the big ones that I should arguably have cut off of there. But I figured, again, most people aren't going to remember that. So it at least was a fair reach for people to have to go for that. But the only ones I remember seeing people talk about in response to that was Lunistis, which is a recent game, Hat in Time, which is fairly recent, and then the one surprise poll was Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I was happy to see that show up. Because that was the kind of left field polls I was hoping for. Yeah, there was apparently 3 of them, which I didn't realize there was 3. I knew of 2, but apparently there was actually 3 of them. Maybe, because there was a GameCube port of one of them. So that would make sense for it to show up there. And, of course, the Gex games were all over Nintendo systems, for better or worse. Specifically, all the 3D ones I know were, I believe, all on N64. And then there was, of course, like Pocket Gecko and things like that, which were not great, but they existed. And like, I, of course, didn't want people just answering Banjo-Kazooie or any of the Marios, because let's be real, there's too much Mario out there at this point. That's... Even if you live under a rock, that would have been an answer people could have reached for. Yeah, that was probably a deep cover Gecko. I don't know how to avoid this, because I don't have a duck move. So I guess I have to clear that with just a precise jump? Yeah, exactly. And thanks to his appearance in Smash, I figured Banjo-Kazooie, even for those who didn't grow up with that, that would have been a very easy reach. Which is why that got taken off. This jump sucks. So I think I might actually need to time the somersault part of this jump to clear this. But the thing is, his momentum on his jump is weird. It's not a straight 1 to 2 for the jump. And this camera angle, you would think would be the right angle for this, but it really isn't. I need momentum, I think. I need to run into that, but this may seem like it controls fine, but it kinda doesn't. Yep, that's exactly what I needed to do. That's what I thought. I was trying to do it from too close. And also with no momentum. Well, yeah, obviously I had to face it to do it. The problem is, that platform, I couldn't tell exactly how big it actually was. But I also couldn't guarantee exactly where his hitbox was either. So I had a lot of question marks going into that. That wasn't as fast as I thought that was. Wow, this area sucks. This area really sucks. Like, this whole area is just excessive force. Because mind you, this is the second area of the game. We haven't even gone a full zone in or anything. This is level 2. And they're pulling out all of the murder lasers already. And if they had forced it into this, like, side-scrolling perspective I'm in now, that laser jump probably would have been a lot easier. But we were still in 3D at that point. For some reason. Oh, Jesus Christ. We are going to game over in here just because I cannot fathom his physics. He's got a weird float to him, too, and that keeps baffling me. Really? That's enough for fall damage? Okay, game. You know, I've seen games like that, and I hate that that does make a degree of sense. This was past the era where rentals were as big a problem as companies thought they were. So I'm confused why this is so needlessly cruel right out the gate. See, Crash was at least a bit fairer about it. Because it took longer to reach this kind of bullshit with that game. And Crash at least controlled well. This doesn't. Because look how long it took for him to fall off that ledge when I ran off of it immediately upon the laser going off. This is why I'm like, this doesn't do what it needs to do for what they want this game to be doing. I feel like they have an expectation, and their expectation is insanity. Like, I'm just being honest here, but it's like, there's no point in pulling punches about a game from 20 years ago. It's not like anybody's gonna care about it anymore. Oh yeah, no, this is 100% gonna be a one-off. This is getting its hour, and that's gonna be the last time I look at this game. Because I already did Pitfall: The Lost Expedition, which actually was decent. This is not. This is the opposite. And I now understand why they're giving away so many extra lives. Because, boy, they do not want you to live. 'Cause that's the thing. That's one thing I'll give this, is it's very generous with extra lives. But considering we spent like 10 in one spot, I see why. Yeah, it was the same series. Just they made a 3D platformer on the PS2 for reasons. There was apparently also a PS1 game, a remake of the first one, of the Genesis one rather, on the Game Boy Advance, and of course the Genesis one that I just mentioned by mentioning there was a remake for it. Kind of blew my mind when I looked at that. Hey there, Xeno. Well, welcome to a bird suffering in lasers, because for some reason they thought it was a great idea to do this. This is definitely a game of nostalgia gone wrong. I missed, but so did he, so I'll take that. But how you doing, Xeno? Yeah, I mean, for one thing, being 6 years old and trying to understand an Atari game is an experience. I couldn't see where I was trying to land. Oh hey, I didn't die that time for some reason. Glad to hear it, Xeno. Where? Oh, the gate was over there. And a pop, and a hop, and a pop. 14 lives, 15 lives. Let's see how many of them we lose. Wait. Oh, did it just heal me instead of giving me a life that time? I'm confused. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to fathom the methods and the mechanics of this game, and that's probably a mistake. Somebody's got to do it. If I don't understand it, then what's the point? I want to make one thing a bit clearer. On the ground, Woody controls just fine and actually controls reasonably well. The second he leaves the ground is where all the problems start. His air control is kind of horrific. This lower one just never turn off? This lower one just doesn't turn off, okay. There we go. Ate it. It's like, there's good ideas here, but it just doesn't quite work the way I think they wanted it to. And if they did want it to work this way, I have more questions rather than less. Yeah, you know, a woodpecker clearly does not belong in the air. He clearly is never meant to leave the ground, ever. He's meant to just make annoying noises and bash his head into things. I don't know how to feel about the fact that I'm getting through this so much better this time. The true test is going to be whether I can get past this the first time or not. If I get past this first try too, I just give up. I do like how they move the icons to meet you over here. Yeah, that's just all learning at play there, I guess. Learning how the jank physics of his jumping works proves itself. Now this is gonna still kill me at least once, right? This is still gonna be... No? Okay, whatever. Things happened. So we just flawlessly walked through all of that, and I'm just not gonna think about it any further. There's a death. There we go. I feel better now. There we go. I was trying to get over here to get more of these to make sure we have a good amount of them. I'm not going to bother going over for those, because going over for those is just death. Same with the ones over there that I kept dying trying to get. We're just going to leave. Means our rating's not going to be as good, and you know what? I don't care. Because you know what's a better rating out of the two? Not being dead. Well, that somehow worked. Yeah, because this is easy to parse looking at it, yes. This clearly makes the most sense. Oh boy, that was tighter than I wanted it to be. Actually, I probably do want to be over... Dang it. So I realized a thing as soon as I left the ground, and that's the lasers were crooked down toward this end. So I panicked and pulled back the other way and landed in laser death anyway. Oh, come on now. But the platform's right there, Woody. You have hands. Use them. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. And as far as I can tell, by the way, he has, like, no other moves at all. Oh, we can... Why wasn't this working before? Why did this button do nothing before when I had pressed this button? Because this would have gotten me past those lasers that I died to, like, 5 times. That's probably what you were supposed to do to get past those lasers. But, let me tell you, sometimes that button just doesn't do anything. It's working now. What it was doing before? Eh. And the circle button's apparently a dedicated button. I don't know why that button exists. Oh, is this how I was supposed to get down here and I did everything backwards because I jumped off? I suspect I skipped like half this room. But I'm also now kind of stuck down here. Oh, Ow, Jesus Christ. Getting back out of here is gonna be a pain. So I'm trying to get a side view so I can tell where any of the lasers are. But at the same time, having that side view also makes some of them impossible to dodge. Yikes. Oh, I guess those appear when I get near them? Oh, that's weird. Oh, we're up here now. Sometimes his dive attack just doesn't happen, too. I'm still not sure how that works at all. That appears to be an exit, but that almost looks like a keycard slot? A keyhole, never mind. That's how locked doors work. Yes, Woody. Boss fight? Boss fight. Alright. So I hit him 5 times before he hits me twice? Okay. That seems fair. Especially since he's doing a kind of bad job of hitting me, honestly. You know, except when my attack just doesn't happen. He's literally only made contact the one time my dive didn't dive. There we go. Great saucer you had there, Buzz. Now get out of here. Well, that happened. That doesn't really solve the door problem, but I guess we got out of there anyway. We did not get $1 that time, and Woody is upset. He did that all of that work unpaid. So it's fair that he's upset, honestly. Now we have access to the pirate ship. A little bit. Just a little bit. But I guess that's all of space. Okay. That was a very short zone. Which I guess is why it's scaled so stupidly, is it just went straight from 0 to 60 because it was a 2-stage zone. I don't know. That seems weird to me, but we'll just press onward. Maybe this area will be better. Considering I assume in a pirate-themed area there's going to be lasers everywhere. I say fully expecting there to be lasers somehow anyway, just because I said that. Pirate lasers. Well, there's cannons, but that's fine. Those weren't a problem. Of course Woody can't swim, that's expected. Okay, these guys seem to take 2 hits. I blame Hook. You're probably associating pirates with Hook and then Hook with crocodiles. Yeah, they do in fact take 2 hits. Okay. Let's just arbitrarily double the enemy's health without really giving the player an indication of them being stronger. That's a great way to handle that. You know, I didn't go into this expecting to be ripping on this the entire time, but honesty is its own thing. Fuck's sake. Surprisingly, this camera's not as bad as I'm making it look. Yeah, that's another problem. They could have at least made them a palette swap, but no. Not that I would have anticipated a palette swap this early on anyway, because we're literally just in the second area. Oh yeah, and they don't even get hit stunned either. They just shot me the second I hit them. Let this game be a lesson to future developers. Don't do this. What you see here, don't do this. You know, maybe take some of these ideas, but do better. Because I can't say that this is atrocious. It's like 70% there, and then just the other 30% is the real issue here. It gets just a little ahead of itself, and it just does not quite control right for what it is asking of you. But I will say this area is actually proving to be a better start. I feel like this should have been the first area. Because this feels fine. Just the amount of lasers spinning and nonsense like that right out the gate, and all of the lasers being instant kill, really kind of hampered that one a lot. And this is definitely not the first time a game has started with a harder area than the areas that come afterwards. That's not really a shock or an issue. It's not ideal. The amount of gunners that are just kind of sitting waiting for you to land and shoot you instantly are not ideal, but those are also avoidable if I knew they were there. This is kind of stupid, the amount of cannonballs just piling up in that spot. Because you'll notice those 2 cannons are timed just right. That whole side there's useless. But if you don't go up that side, you're probably going to get shot. So it's a no-win prospect. I really need another attack. That would also make this game a lot more reasonable for dealing with the enemies, is having an attack that actually worked. Because half the time when you see me jump over them, that's because I tell him to dive and he doesn't dive. Okay, so that's what those icons do, is it gives me a super dive. That's what the circle button does, apparently. And this game's simple enough that it doesn't really need a tutorial, but I feel like something popping up saying, hey, this is how your dive button when you pick up a item works. That would be helpful. Again, not a necessary thing, but it would have been nice. And he kills me without even looking at me, I would like to add. Some of this is boggling to the mind. And if I held on to that, just like with the rocket, I'm sure it would kill me. You have to hit the attack nice and early in your jump in case anybody's wondering why the dive is failing so much. And I'm like 90% sure that a lot of the enemy issues and things like that would be solved by this game just controlling a bit better. Because then you could compensate for the fights being a little rough. But it just doesn't control well enough for that to be particularly viable. So you end up having a harder time than you need to with the fighting. Okay, so hitting that spawns a bomb. What do I use a bomb for? Is it to blow open the door? I assume it would have to be. I don't see anything else. I hear a monkey, but I don't know if the monkey's relevant. Game? Game, please. Thank you. Or you could just give it the most limp-wristed throw in the world there, Woody. Thanks. I don't know how he kicked it the first time and actually got some distance, and then that time, even though I was holding forward, he just kind of limp-wristed it forward slightly. Pick it up, please. Okay, you get a decent amount of time. Are you kidding me? Why is the bomb made out of rubber? They really just had to take the fun out of everything, didn't they? Like, I think that's the entire problem with this game, is just everything feels just that little bit off. Where is that bomb going? You're trying to tell me that I lined up with him facing the door and it bounced over here. Okay, game. I think that's straight up the worst thing with this game, is the fact that I can't say it's bad, because it isn't completely bad, but it feels just wrong enough. Maybe it's not the door I'm even meant to bomb. Maybe it's this thing. Maybe it's the chest. Oh, come on now. Because I realized this door probably works the same way the space doors did, and I just need to bash my head into it. So this bomb must be for breaking open the chest, then. Are you fucking kidding me, Woody? Woody, please. You are the worst. This could have gone so smoothly and so easily. But these damn bombs are made out of rubber. Like, what do I have to do? Throw it from all the way a mile away just to make sure that it doesn't bounce all the way back to me? Except if I do that, it just bounces into the ocean. Joyous day. I don't understand. Like, how could they take something so fun like blowing something up and make it terrible? And why do I get less distance when I jump and throw it than when I throw it? What is this game, aside from terrible? And yeah, I figured the door wasn't what I needed to bomb. I just wanted to bomb the door. Yeah, you know, let's just fire off cannons inside the ship. That's not gonna have any consequences. This game. Yeah, I think the most objectionable thing with this is it is mechanically sound for the most part. It's literally just death by mediocrity for this. It's just good enough that it doesn't feel right to make fun of it for being bad entirely, but it's not good enough to be fun either entirely. It just falls into that really awkward kind of shit middle ground. And I never know how to feel with that situation. And I also can't promise that the things I have lined up after this are going to be better. Okay, that's the exit. Against my better judgment, curiosity dictates I have to try to climb this. The fact that they detonate on contact, though, is a problem. I didn't realize that until that last one hit me. I thought they were just happening to have really good timing. There's money up there. Yeah, because this climb really isn't bad. I just kept having problems because I'm like, okay, I can get away with being near this because the timer won't go off in time. But no, being within a country mile of them is enough to get you killed. Wish the one I threw had that kind of blast radius. Let's get out of this stage and see if he has a different win pose. This area. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume probably not. But you know, there's hope. Yep, it's the same win pose. Figured. Once again, did not get paid for that stage. Jesus. They get really strict on those. But time has passed enough. Now for the next one in line. One that might be better? With an emphasis on might. Just gonna say that right now. There is zero promise that this will be a better game, but it had the potential to be a better game. This is Vex, unfortunately made by Acclaim, so, you know. Which, to be fair, they did pretty well with Turok and things like that, so they're not a terrible company. But there's a lot of earlier games for Acclaim that were not good. There's stuff floating and spinning. And Acclaim's name came up twice. It's like, this looks pretty cool. It's not exactly... That happened. Like, it's not the best 3D modeling work, but there's some style here. There's some potential for it to have some character. Is that actually loud, or does that just feel loud? I'm gonna wait for that to happen again. Most people probably wouldn't be, because it came out, it happened, and then it was never talked about again. I don't think it ever got a sequels, never got a remake, never got anything. It existed here on the original Xbox, and I think maybe on the GameCube?
Pride. Blinded by our ambition, we opened a door better left closed, and loosed hell upon Astara. Though 700 years have passed, to my lasting sorrow, the terror continues. continues. It began anew when the Shadow Race descended on the peaceful village of Oblinar. Dark Yabu, the Shadow Man, strode the defenseless villagers before them, save the aging guardian of Oblinar, Vargas, and his grandson, Vex. Defiant but outnumbered, Vargas and Vex could not stand against Yabu's dark power.
Well, that didn't
and were
work out.
bound in chains with the others. They were forced to toil in the labyrinth of tunnels surrounding their village. Slaves.
And surprisingly, no, Ape Escape didn't come up.
Until his rage became unbearable. He lashed out, attacking his oppressors, but was stopped by the very shadows that answered Yabu's call. Vex would have died then, were it not for the sacrifice of his grandfather. Enraged, Yabu turned his powers on Vargas and showed no mercy.
He exploded.
After nightfall, vowing revenge, Vex escaped the caves and made his way into the heart of Yabu's windship, intent upon destroying the Wraith. Fate, however, would grant him not revenge, but fortune. The legendary Astani War Talons. Unable to destroy the powerful artifact, Dark Yabu had hidden them away for years, fearful that they might fall into enemy hands.
You know, so well hidden.
Vex screamed as the Talons bound themselves to him forever, and his fate to that of all Astana.
And then the ship exploded, and he was left in a crater. Great weapons, everybody. Just blowing you up when you get them. Get out of my head, spooky voice. Stop it. 5 more minutes. Of course. I mean, the two have to kind of work together.
A part of you is linked to him, even in death. As how we murdered Vargas, deemed your grandfather unfit for the mercy of eternal peace. Yet which could never be held captive in life. Your grandfather's essence is trapped of Dark Yabu's element, where Yabu will feed upon space and fear until Vargas is no more.
Well, that was a lot for the start of a game.
But if you learn our ways, the potential to save him is in your hands. Grant you an ultimate experience of all of the guardians who have borne us throughout the ages. We can help you to unlock the doors of your own perception so that you may affect your grandfather and redeem him from his plight.
40 winks I almost put in for today, but I ended up not being able to get it to behave completely, so it ended up not happening. Oh, that didn't work. Alright, they just want me to walk to the end here. Yeah, 40 Winks is definitely another one I literally never heard of, aside from once forever ago. Long jumps. Same input, but don't be moving. And then you can jump high. Wow, okay. I just tried to walk over there and it chucked me off the edge. So that's a bad sign. The sensitivity's a little wacky. Spooky door. Oh, I guess we're here now. Swimming. The PS1 had a lot of very interesting ones, but it's a very mixed bag about how well they actually work. Like, a bit more functional consistency is why most of today's session is focusing on the PS2, because that's a little more guaranteed to play ball. We can climb walls. Okay, good to know. That's a lot of text for just climb wall. That's also a very aggressive climbing animation, considering the screen shake. Okay, did that jump automatically. Now we get to combat. We have a 3-hit combo, which is as expected. We have an uppercut. Okay. We have an air attack. Hang on, can I? I can. So I can uppercut into Ground Blast. Perform a flare kick by pressing square while in the air. There's some potential for the combat in this. It's given me all the right inputs to be able to do something very interesting. Just a matter of whether in actual gameplay it'll control well enough. Which that's going to be the first big test of this, is once we get out of tutorial. How well does it actually handle in the field? Okay, there's just random hearts hanging around that got exploded into shards, and I guess I'm supposed to pick up the shards to get things. Okay, why do we want to make these, though? Considering Shadow Demons are bad, why do we want to reassemble the heart of one? I don't see the positives for us on this yet. I'm sorry, what? I grabbed the ledge game. I saw him grab it. Come on now. I guess there was a very high kill box there. But it even had popped up the X button to tell me to climb up, just like it did there. If this looks like it's moving a little bit jank, by the way, don't adjust your sets. That's doing it for me too. And it's not the frame rate dropping. It's just having a bit of a moment. Soul jars. Ah, so we get the heart to get the jars. Okay. Or not? I guess they just spawned those to try to explain that, but they made it weird by doing it right after I got the heart. So we get jars to also get a heart. And they, for some reason, decided it was a great idea to make the screen flash yellow when I pick these up. Okay. So I did both of those just to get the same one Wraith heart. Okay. So what does that do? Oh, you're just not going to tell me what that does. You're just going to send me on my way. Okay.
You have done well. Beyond this door lies the world in which you alone must use what you have learned to achieve your purpose.
I'm gonna go fuck shit up.
Take heart, for the measure of a person lies not in how one deals with the easiest situations, but rather in what you do when faced with the most hopeless of circumstances.
Why did your voice get clearer at the end? I have many questions, and none of them are gonna get answered, I'm sure.
Ah, Back among the living, I see. You're a stout one, aren't you? When I found you, I thought you dead, so I brought you here. This chamber is where the past Talon bearers are entombed. Cursed things nearly cut my hands off as I carried you here. Yabu destroyed the village. Everyone is gone except you and old Darby. I'd love to get my hands on that soul-sucking monster, but old Darby can't see so good no more. But you could stop him before he opens the door to his world. You could get to the Landspire before it's too late. If he opens the rift again, those demons will destroy what little remains of Astara, and all of us with it. Then there'll be nothing to stop the Wraiths from using the rift to destroy other worlds. It'll have to be you, my boy. Darby can't go with you, but I know an old trick. I can talk to you like this. Head on outside. I can get you started on your way.
So you can send your disembodied head to yell at me. Okay, very good. That's clearly what I'm gonna need on this adventure. He looks so much cooler than we do. They know how to swim. Wait, there's a thing. Why does that one have a fire thing spinning above them? Come on, what kind of shit is this? They can fly. Why can't I fly? Shenanigans is what it is. So I suppose we're probably gonna be gaining these abilities as we get... Pull up. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. There's a thing up there. There's a thing with my face on it up there. Right there. On it. I presume that that's an extra life. That's actually decent effects there. Hmm. Ah. Can I stand on these? Yes and no. Hang on. Nope, that doesn't quite work, though. But this one's higher. Haha! That hurt a lot to do, but you know what? We're up here. I go over to this side first, go get the extra life, then we'll go stand in the weird circle and find out what that does. As expected, that was in fact an extra life. Very good. Now, what does the happy circle do? Oh! Look at that! I'm in the picture. We got a thing. You just got the rock suit power up. Once you find the way to activate it, you'll be invincible and hot as lava. Imagine missing that right at the beginning of the game. I mean, geez. Yeah, none of the rest of these have anything like that. Just that one had it. We can't use that yet, apparently, but we have it, I guess. So that's a good thing? Question mark? I don't know. This feels like it has very good potential. It's just gonna be a matter of figuring out whether it actually meets that potential or not.
Welcome to Timberdale, Vex. Scattered throughout this land, there are 4 precious Wraith Hearts. You must collect them to power up the central gate and progress to the next land.
I never told you my name. How do you know my name?
The first Wraith Heart is found here. You must traverse to the top of the giant tree to collect...
Why is this spinning? It doesn't need to spin.
Vex, collect one of the Wraith Hearts and I'll meet you on the other side of the central gate. Good luck, my friend.
Wait. You said I needed all 4 to open the gate, and now you're saying as soon as I collect 1, you'll meet me on the other side of the gate. Make up your mind, old man. I know you're old and you probably don't number so good no more, but I need you to work with me here. Guess I can't open that one yet. It's also mildly disconcerting how the heartbeat on those just keeps going up and up the closer you get to them. Oh, this is also loud. Hang on. Try lowering that to there and see if that's any better for you guys. Yeah, a little bit. Do I have... No, I don't have an internal settings thing, do I? Oh, wow. We got a lot going on here, but none of it is what I need right now. I have to lower that a little more. Hey, Ray. I'm doing alright so far, and this is Vex for the PS2. You missed the Woody Woodpecker game for the PS2 and Pitfall: The Lost Expedition so far, because I've been doing a game an hour to see how each of these are. So far, this has some of the best potential I've seen. But how you doing? Perform a pulse jump to gain extra height. When stationary, press the L1 button to... We already know how to do a pulse jump game. You already taught me that earlier. There we go. Grab that. Oh, why is this happening again? Oh, wait. Oh, we are almost dead already. This is what I was afraid of, is the combat had great potential, but it's a little stiff. Doesn't quite feel right. But that may just be a matter of it's going to take me some time to get used to it. Climbing walls. Yep, we know about climbing already. Why is there a redundant tutorial? They took me through an entire tutorial zone and then this. Also has tutorial orbs in it. I don't know why both are here. It's a little confusing. Silent Hill's a good series. And you would certainly not have a shortage of good old PS1 games to work off of. If you would like, I could certainly give you a list that I would recommend. Yeah. It's fun doing these weird games. Some of them don't hit right, but, you know, you gotta try them to find out. Is like the Pitfall game was surprisingly good. So far the only one that didn't hit was the Woody Woodpecker game, and I expected that one to be bad. So expectations were kind of met regardless. Out of the three, this has the most detailed combat, but it feels slightly wrong, and I'm still not entirely sure how to react to it. One of my favorite things is showing me people that haven't... hang on. Brain just jumbled those words entirely. One of my favorite things is showing people games that they would have never seen or heard of. Because I just dig up the weirdest things. And yes, I do have Discord. I have the same name there if you want to just shoot me a message there so it'll be easy. And then I will send you the list later on. So I'll just sift back through what I remember. Shadow of the Colossus is very good, but I will say be prepared for a bit of jank, because some of the movement early on for that can be a little bit of an acquired taste. It is a very good game overall, you just have to get used to it. It's kind of funny how there's since been things that have taken how Shadow of the Colossus works and borrowed some of it, because people definitely compare some of, for example, Breath of the Wild to Shadow of the Colossus. And I see that. I will accept that. Go. So I will be sure to get you sorted out with that later. is boy do I have files upon files of these are all good ideas, but a lot of them are things I've already done or I've already seen enough that I'm not as interested in doing them. Oh, I can definitely sort you out on that. Here's an important question, though. Are you looking for only good ones, or are you willing to play bad ones? Because, boy, there's a lot of bad ones. Like, I'm gonna need to figure out where your tolerance level is. Silent Hill was very scary in its time because that looked really good at the time. Now, yeah, it's very easy to just poke fun of now. It still does very well with the atmosphere. But yeah, it's impossible to take some of those models seriously. I'm still not sure what the +1s and 2s I'm getting when I'm hitting things mean. Okay. But like, I can already think of one survival horror game that I will not recommend you try right off the top of my head, and that's Extermination that I played through a week or so ago, right before Halloween. That game is fine up until the end. The end is awful. And by virtue of that end, I'm like, no. Just nobody else ever play this. It's terrible. So there's your immediate don't do that. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend trying to do Lifeline, because Lifeline's kind of jank and requires voice activation, and it is complicated to work with. So that's definitely not one either. Let's see. It's very easy off the top of my head to be like, don't do that, don't do this one. This one's not gonna help either. They're the easier ones to come to mind right now for some reason. I think I just went in a circle. Yeah, I sure did. We're just right back in the room I was just in. Okay, so enemies respawn. That's worth noting. Actually, this might be an identical room, not the same room, but either way. And here's another important question, though. Are you looking for ones that you can pick up physically, the real games, or are you looking to emulate them? Because that will also make a very large difference. Okay. Because a lot of ones that I would tell people about are probably going to be ones that would be very expensive to purchase. That's why I wanted to make sure, so I don't give you basically a shopping list that would break somebody's bank. Oh, this is rude. Just walking into a death room immediately. Okay. Understood. Okay, couldn't double jump there for some reason. I feel your pain on that. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to pulse jump to make that, because it is just not playing ball. Oh right, I don't have a double jump in this. The last two games had higher jumps than this, so I'm like, I have a double jump, right? No, I don't. Oh, absolutely. I will say, no matter how much I love the series, there's a few Metroid games that are definitely more of an acquired taste than as good as people claim they are. And specifically on that, I would say the first game. Because there's a hack out there that gives you a map similar to Super Metroid. I would highly recommend, if you're going to play the original one, play with the map. Because once you know the game, it's not so bad. Not knowing anything about it, a map will make that game a lot better for somebody new to it. So I'll make sure to point you in the right direction for that one. Because I believe I know where to find that without it being a whole headache. If there's one thing I'm good for, it's being a resource for things like this. But yeah, I would highly recommend, at the very least, out of the Metroid series, Super and Fusion, the two-dimensional ones, of the ones that'll be easy to emulate. And people will give you very different answers as to whether you should play the Prime games or not, and I would say give them a shot. They are definitely an acquired taste, and that's coming from somebody who loves the Prime games. Which, that's another case of there's also a hack out there to make them a lot better for people that are used to playing on PC. Is there's one that gives you mouse control through all three games, instead of having to use the not terrible but slightly jank controller controls for that series. Huh. I'm going to assume that's an extra life, but why is it yellow instead of the green that we had for the other one? Yeah, there's gonna be backtracking for sure. Okay, then yeah, you may as well just stick with the regular Prime controls, because those controls are fine. Just, if somebody's very used to keyboard and mouse, I tend to recommend the hacked version, just so it's a little more comfortable for them. Which is why I brought that up. Oh, okay, back to the bottom we go. Okay, yeah. The one problem I'm noticing with this game is the edge detection's a little bad. The edge detection's a little finicky. Yeah, if you're already familiar with the style of play, you should be fine with the whole series. Especially if you go into it prepared to have to backtrack a bit. Though I would say that people oversell the backtracking in some of those, because people path stupidly. As long as you, like, are attentive to your surroundings, you generally don't have to backtrack nearly as much as people claim in those. And it also becomes a very serious question of, do you want to 100% it or not? And as far as Castlevania goes, even as somebody who's a huge fan of the entire series, it's a very different animal recommending the classic Castlevanias versus the ones from Symphony of the Night onward. That becomes a game of, do you want, which type of game do you want, or do you want both? Because both are good in their own rights, but they're two very completely different animals. And that's a whole other thing to get into. Yeah, exactly. You and I are on the same page with that. You don't have to, because they really don't have much to do with each other, like, at all. There is, like, a whole huge timeline, but they don't actually, like, directly connect in any real way. Much like how, in a lot of cases, Legend of Zelda has nothing to do with each other. And even 90% of Metroid games really don't have much to do with each other, aside from a couple connection points here and there. So you can really just kind of play those to taste, if you really want to. Or go in chronological, like, release order. That really just becomes a matter of what you want to deal with at the time and what you think your audience is gonna want. Oh, god damn it. Not again! Well, at least we didn't die this time. We just fell and broke my legs. That's a good way to be, honestly. Just do what you think you'll enjoy and you'll have a better time most often. I've definitely caught myself in awkward positions because I'm like, I want to finish as many games as I can before the year's up. But the problem with that ends up being the end of a bunch of old games really is... Yeah, I feel your pain on that. As many other streamers can attest, as much as we love our audiences, sometimes they can be very bad about providing information. Be it feedback of what am I doing right or wrong, or what do you want to see, you very frequently will just get crickets back for that. And that's nothing against anyone in anyone's audience. That's just a fact of how this works for some reason. And I don't know if it's a matter of people don't want to be judged for their answers, they don't want to be wrong, they don't want to seem like they're judging you. Like, there's thousands of overthinking ways to answer that thought process. I don't know what the actual answer is, because it's going to vary from person to person. I'm very tempted by that life at this point, but I'm not tempted enough to go for it. This camera, though, is giving me the shakes. I would like to turn... I don't know how I activated that, but I was trying to find camera controls. Turns out this is the only one that actually gives you right stick camera control out of the 3 I've played so far today. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. Just bear with me while I focus on not falling off of this, because every time I speak I fall off a ledge. I've noticed so far with this game, and it's a problem. Okay, just wait for that to stop. Up you go. Okay, I think we're past the worst of it. Yeah, a good like horror adjacent series, for example, would be, you could also try getting into the Legacy of Kain series. The thing with those ends up being that they can be a little bit on the finicky side, both for getting them to work and some of the stuff in them can be a bit of a problem. Okay, so you already probably have heard that over and over again enough times that I don't need to go into that. God damn it. Ow. Okay, we didn't die. I almost feel like we may as well have died, because now I'm gonna have to climb back up, but, you know, at least we didn't die. This room is brutal, though. And I know there was something I played recently that I enjoyed more than I thought I would, and I'm just blanking on what it is right now. That's one I would actually recommend, and it is just not coming to mind right now. Like, obviously, I would recommend Lunacid left and right, but that's a money thing, and you've already mentioned money is not the answer to things right now. A problem I'm very familiar with. X, please. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. Just don't die, please. Thank you. Oh, God damn it. In a similar vein, the medieval games are also supposed to be quite good. I've only started the first one, and then... because I meant to do it around Halloween, and then it just never fit into the lineup, ever. Oh god. Oh god. Panicking slightly. And of course, another one of the obvious answers is if you haven't already done the whole line of Resident Evil, there's always that. But I personally am not the one to really recommend those that highly, because personally, I never felt that strongly about them. They exist, but like I don't understand why people are so gaga over them, honestly. And if you've not played some of the Alone in the Dark games, those are also quite good. That's going to be a mixed bag, though. I'm going to warn you about that one right now, as far as Alone in the Dark goes. Oh, god damn it. Because if you thought the models in Silent Hill look jank, you ain't seen nothing yet. Ooh. Especially the first Alone in the Dark. You'll be in for a ride if you go for that. Those models are magical. And not in the good way. Damn it. I tried to slow him down, but he just kept going. And do let me know if I'm like going too fast with listing things. Oh, the controls are fine. The models are what go wrong with the first Alone in the Dark. There's a good one on the PS1 and a good one right before that. But the one on the PS1 is the one I would recommend out of the batch for someone who wants something that's both pretty reasonable to play and something that looks decent as far as a survival horror game goes. You'll be looking for Alone in the Dark: A New Nightmare. It controls quite well, and honestly, that one looks fine. But the first Alone in the Dark, which I think was like on the 3DO, I think it was? At least one of the versions of it was on 3DO. Looks... It's got a look. How do you feel about people that are square in places they shouldn't be square? Oh yeah, no, they do not at all. Yeah, exactly. They are horrifying to look at, but not because they're scary. It's just because, like, what am I looking at? Attempting to understand. Okay. The only other thing with the earliest Alone in the Darks is be prepared for a lot of controls and a lot of menu jumping, because in order to switch between fighting and not fighting, you gotta go into a menu and things like that. Well, get to that in just a second. Thank you for the follow, Sabri Gaming, and thank you for the raid, Fran. How you doing? How was your stream? Kind of on a bunch of different thoughts here all at once, so bear with me. But hopefully you're doing well, and I'll get you a shout out right there. Ah, just chatting, so I presume you were doing something with that. Welcome in, everybody. Well, welcome to Vex, a question mark platformer for the PS2. I say question mark because I've been having some real mixed feelings with it so far. we've also just been having a discussion of older games. Welcome in, Sabri. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay. Managed to grab the ledge, and we're gone. There's Fran. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hopefully you were able to hear me before, but I'm not sure because Twitch loves to be that way sometimes. Thank you for the follow, Rands. Hope you're doing well. There's everybody filing in. Welcome, welcome. Don't mind me as I'm breaking my legs repeatedly trying to find my way up this tower with controls that are very mixed, but they're happening. They exist. This is definitely what you can come to expect if you decide to stick around here, is me playing games that are of very interesting quality. I am a little wore out today, so bear with me. Understandable. You have a good night and rest well. Well done on doing 8 hours. You're welcome. You'll be in good company here then, because I love these two systems, though boy are some of these games a choice. But you rest up, and thank you again for bringing your community here. For those wondering why this seems so touchy, part of it is because I'm using a PS4 controller through emulation instead of the PS2 controller it's supposed to be used with. So sometimes the sensitivity gets a little crazy. I thought I tuned it well enough, but apparently not quite. So every now and then Vex goes crazy, and it causes me problems with pathing like this. Ooh, that was greedy, but it worked. And then it didn't. Well, this is a familiar looking platform, and a familiar broken leg. Okay. I would love to promise that I learn from my mistakes, but let's be real, sometimes I don't. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep, so be patient with my intelligence today, because it's gonna be a very mixed bag. I thought it was gonna dissipate before I landed there. Turns out I was wrong. And now we know what the game over screen looks like. Shaking letters and sadness. That's the idea, yeah. Best may not always work out, but it's a thing. And a little bit of context for everyone coming in as well. I'm doing an array of 3D platformers today that I've never played before. So if it makes no sense some of the decisions I'm making, that's because I have no idea what I'm doing. Just gonna throw that out there. Okay, let's see where it loads us back in. Ignore that first save because of the fact that that was my test save to make sure the game played decently in emulation, which has been mostly fine. It dumped me all the way back here, huh? Well, that's not ideal. Now, I've got a couple more lined up for today, though. And I have mixed feelings about one of them because of something that happens right out the gate with it, but we'll probably try it anyway, and we'll see how we feel about it. So far, what's been done today was Pitfall for the PS2, specifically Pitfall the Lost Expedition, and then Woody Woodpecker Escape from Buzzards. I forget what the rest of that name is. I'm like 90% there, and then the last word escapes me. Oh, I'm actually changing the time of day with this sundial. This is insanity. I am breaking the universe by spinning on a sundial. I have concerns about the long-term effects of everything I'm doing here. But that portal activates when I pointed at that, so you know what? The universe is dead, but I get to go somewhere. and I regret going here already. This just looks like pain, danger, and sadness. Well done, Vex. You found one of the secret sundial portal levels. Find the Wraith Heart hidden within. Joy. Okay. Hooray for deadly bonus level. Trust not the perspective. Just make the biggest jumps you can and hope for the best. But yeah, the Pitfall game was actually shockingly good. Though the characterization of Pitfall Harry in that one is a bit questionable. He's a bit of an asshole. The Woody Woodpecker game, though, don't play it. It's not good. That one turned out to be a dud. Not down there. So is it actually hidden, or do I just have to climb to the top of this Mario style? There it is, it's up there. So well hidden, glowing bright gold in open space. Never would have found that. Can't figure that one out. Okay, that was a risky move, but it worked out. Like, I want to give this game very high marks for the amount of moves you have in combat. But I do have to take some points off for controls a little bit. But again, it's also a PS2 game from 2003, so that would be reasonably early as well, I believe. I wanted to call it a PS1 game because it sometimes feels like a PS1 game. And that's not in the most positive comparison. Which, here's a question. After this guy's talking.
Drained all of the energy from the rift system. Couldn't resist feeding on its power. The hearts are still full of energy that can be used to power the gates. Go ahead and put the heart into the portal in front of you.
I see numbers all around me.
Once you've put enough hearts into the portal, you'll be able to open the rift to new locations.
Okay. Standard.
To it, lad. Every moment that passes brings that devil one step closer to reopening the door to the Shadow World. Be careful. Shadow Wraiths are shape changers. Trust no one along your journey.
Then why am I trusting you? If I can't trust anybody, how could I trust you either? Somebody else could be just making a disembodied head of you to talk to me and lie to me. Oh, there's actually hints to some of these. That's actually nice. I approve of the fact that they give you these hints as to where to find all the various hearts. That's always a good mechanic for these kind of games to have. Give you just like a point in the right direction so you can find where the things you need are. But look at this, it's got juggling, you can do air combos. Like, it's surprisingly good for a 3D platformer as far as its combat goes. But what I was gonna say is, since we're all here on the, as far as the PS2 goes, what's everybody's experience with the platform? Let's start from that. What has everybody that's here played on the PS2? And is it something that you grew up with, or did you find it later? Ow. Because I grew up with one. I still actually have the second PS2 I bought in my life still over there, or on my shelf next to my PS3 and 4. And some other consoles that are sitting there in the same pile. But they don't really see use anymore because it's just more effective to route it all through the PC at this point. Rather than having a rat's nest of wires and a capture card to fight with. If I'm just gonna be blunt on that one. Ow. Wait, spitting acid on me as I climb up the ledge. It's rude. Get juggled. It's like, the first game I ever bought with my own money was actually a PS2 game. Sadly, it was GoldenEye Rogue Agent, and I will never live that down.
Nearly impossible to kill. Even if you do kill one, the heart never disappears.
Devil May Cry 3 is very good. I actually still have the HD collection sitting over there on my shelf for the... I think it was the 360 that had the HD collection that came out first as far as those collections go. And I still have my copy of 3 as well. I never did finish it, though. It just ended up being a case of I didn't want to redo what I had done, even though the game is good. It just always ends up being one of those things. I got a piece of paper. I don't know what it means, but I got a piece of paper. Also don't know how I did that combo, but I would love to know how to do that more consistently. Like, I kind of blame what I played growing up a little bit for the fact that I play so much weird now. 'Cause I kind of got used to playing weird jank nonsense early on, and I've stayed there since. I would save the children if I had any idea where the children are, lady. Yeah, you might want to say something more useful than just saying save the children multiple times. Then I might actually understand what you're talking about. Perform a long jump to gain extra distance. I know how to long jump, but where are you trying to tell me to long jump to? I presume to those? Yeah, that looks reasonable. Well, that was concerning, but it worked out. But yeah, as far as to go back to the situation with DMC3, when I was younger, I never finished, like, any games I played. Ever. I've only just in the past, like, 2-3 years been fixing that. Well, this is problematic. And as far as the jank goes, instead of finishing something like DMC3, I played a lot of Chaos Legion on the same system, and Chaos Legion is not a bad game. But when you compare the two, I can't help but feel that I may have made the more questionable choice of the two, just as a case of example there. And mind you, I love that game to death, but I can't say that it's a fantastic game. It's a good game, but it's got a decent amount of problems. Okay, we are stone now, and we are invincible. But what does it do for me? That is a better question. I also can't jump worth a damn anymore, so that's a problem. So it must be something down here on this level that I'm supposed to do something with. Maybe I'm just supposed to run through here with it because it's easier or something. Might be like your tutorial on how to use rock power. Hard to say. What's this do? Ah. You know, for something with a sun symbol on it, I didn't expect it to be a bounce pad. I'll be honest on that one. They got me. I was not expecting that. Yeah, I had the benefit of growing up with a lot of systems and a lot of games available, and for some reason I very frequently gravitated to the weird ones instead of the ones that are just guaranteed across the board solid games. I gravitated toward the strange games instead of any of the safe choices. And it's led to me gaining a very odd set of capabilities, I would say, in this sphere, in terms of being better able to deal with games that don't make any sense. And a fairly high tolerance came along with that, I've noticed. Did not want to hit that. I feel like there's like a wall jump. Yeah, there we go. I had it for a second. How did I do that? Ah, classic wall jump controls. Okay, just immediately hit the opposite direction. Gotta love the tutorial didn't teach me that one. Taught me so many redundant things, didn't teach me wall jumping. Which, fun fact, that's another thing that eludes a lot of people in the early Metroid games, because I know for a fact you can wall jump in Super Metroid, even though it's not explicitly stated in a lot of cases. I don't know if you can do it in Metroid 1. That's the only one I don't remember whether you can or can't. Somebody better versed in that can answer that question if they so choose. Ow, my legs. This is what I get for taking a shortcut. And I know I'm wandering concept to concept a lot, and don't worry about keeping up with what I'm saying. Feel free to respond to whatever parts you want to, and I'll figure it out from there. Just, my filters are kind of non-functional at the moment, so I'm just kind of running along with my thoughts, and they're just happening. This is what the lowered sleep does to me, is the stream of consciousness happens and words just keep going. So speaking of keeping going, this game's time is almost up. So we'll be moving on to the next one here in a moment, because I've been giving each of them an hour. Is most games will show you the majority of how they work within an hour, barring RPGs. Will you get to the good part of them? Usually not, but you get an idea of how they work, what they do, and what they're about within that first hour. I would not say it's enough to base your full opinion of a game on, but it's enough to give you an idea of what you're dealing with and whether you want to try further. Like this one, I think I'd be interested enough to actually play more of. Same with the Pitfall one. Woody Woodpecker can rot. That's going in the bin, and I'm never looking at that again. Oh, god damn it, not again! Like, I feel like the Woody Woodpecker game is gonna be one of those, maybe I make a ridiculous sub-goal or something to even consider that. Oh, actually, that brings another good one to mind. Now that my brain's finally rattled back around to the Zelda concept that was brought up earlier. If anyone who has not played Alundra 1 on the PS1, I highly recommend that. I have a harder time recommending Alundra 2, even though that's the one I grew up with of the two. It's got more problems. If you can get past those problems, it's a fun enough game, and I still honestly enjoyed my time with it. But I would recommend the first one over the second one. And it's not often I would say that, because more often than not, a sequel ends up being an improvement. But that's definitely a case of the first one is better. Okay, that happened. kicked the ghost and it disappeared. I don't know if I did it good. I feel like I keep grabbing the same bottle over and over again, but it's still counting. And I don't know how to feel about that either. Yeah, that's the climbing tutorial we saw before, so yes, that is the same bottle I picked up before. Why is it still counting it? This game doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter. This game's time is up. I could go for 4 more minutes, but let's be real. In the time it'll take me to juggle things around and get the next one moved around, it'll work itself out, and we won't really get something done in 4 minutes. Ignore that window sound, that was me. My controller bumped the desk as I was moving it. Just so nobody thinks something of theirs disconnected. This is why I say that, because it always gets me when that happens, so I always tell people, like, no, you're fine. Everything's okay. It's mine. I broke something. As I do. I've got 2 other ones immediately off of my list. Which one do I want to do next? Flip a coin. It's that one, tails it's the other one. Okay. Tails, it's the other one. I'll go ahead and get that loaded up then. This, as you saw on the splash screen there, is Scalar. This one seemed interesting. I will give you all a minor flashing warning right now, though, because the pot breaking and such, for some reason, makes a pretty big light. It's not like a full screen flash, but it's not ideal. I just want to point that out now for anybody that has a concern about such things. But before we actually get into it, I'm going to step away for just a quick second, so I will quickly run an ad. You won't miss anything during said ad. I'm literally just going to get up, walk away from the computer for a minute, and come back. So I'll be right back. Alright, back to business. So, Scalar. This is one I literally never heard of as well. Aside from seeing a copy of it, I think in a GameStop, like 4 or 5 years ago. And I didn't end up picking it up. I thought about it, because the cover looked reasonably interesting. And it was in the bargain bin pretty cheap. but I wasn't immediately heading back to the house after getting there, so I ended up not buying anything on that trip, which is how this didn't end up getting purchased.
Use the lizard energy to wake up that lizard-loving do-gooder and get him to talk. Don't take him on some joyride.
Yes, sir. My mistake, sir.
Reese Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, that's my name. Hey, you're that guy on TV. Private Butt Breath.
Boot Camp! Captain Boot Camp!
Now, where was I?
Interrogating the suspect, you idiot.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, thank you, son.
Boot Camp, you idiot! Don't jump opening the portal! Just at all! Shut it off!
Why do you just have a dial that opens a portal?
That kind of tickled.
And why is it the same one that electrifies people and turns them into lizards, apparently?
That looks like Luger and Jazz, Rhombus, and Turbine. They're all part of this? They're all lizards?
You don't even know the half of it. We took lots of your beloved lizard aides into our dimension. We're giving them some special TLC. Soon, they'll hatch into super soldiers. Boot Camp, you ask the questions, you idiot. Don't answer them.
Sorry, sir. My apologies, sir.
What a whim. Are you sure your name isn't Captain Bootlick?
Oof. You're getting your butt kicked by a fly right now, my dude.
Oh.
You're the one that chose to eat it. And you didn't think to close the portal before we just leave, huh?
Get that lizard before he ruins everything.
After him.
And this is why you don't have Captain Meathead do all your work. So this is already off to a start. We've got turned into a lizard for reasons. I'll be honest, a lot of that didn't make sense. They kind of left a lot of context out. But we're here.
Did anyone get the license plate number of that truck? I got to stop eating that chili right before I hit the sack. It always gives me weird dreams.
Can you really even convince yourself that it's a dream after what you just went through minutes ago? Knowing that people turned into lizards already? Come on now, kid. You can be better than that. I'm just gonna quickly make a slight audio adjustment because it seems like it might be slightly quiet. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up a little tiny bit. That should be a bit better, because I think the voices might have been a little hard for people to hear. So we'll do that. And this right here is about to be the thing I was talking about with the lights. So if you have an issue, don't look at what's about to happen. Because these, for some reason, make a massive explosion every time I break them. And I don't really know why. But this way people get a sample of that before I end up tearing through them, because I'm assuming I'm going to have to. So if that's bad for your eyes or anything like that, be mindful of that. You can also grind on vines, because why not? course, there's traps along the vines, because why wouldn't there be? There's bombs. We also have that extendo tongue we saw in the cutscene, which is surprisingly adept and useful. Not a sentence I really ever thought I'd say, but well, you know, here we are. This double jump seems pretty useless. I mean, look at that. He just kind of like nudges himself slightly up into the air. I don't really know if that's that useful. Okay, I'm gonna try to like pop all these from a distance just so they don't make as big a flash on the screen. Both for my own eyes and everyone else's. Vitaloids will help you recover 1 health point when you've been hurt. I'm assuming those blue things are Vitaloids. Use your claws to defeat this enemy. Hit once, hit 3 times. Why use my claws to defeat him when I can blow him up? Or apparently he had, I guess he had iframes through that? Well, that was disappointing. They also neglected to tell us about this crazy slam attack we have. I'm also not sure why our limbs extend the way they do. That's a whole thing to unpack as well. Game? Why? Why did you try to kill me? Aside from normal game reasons? Apparently that one whole side there was just super slidey, and I don't know why. Climb onto this platform, do the thing, okay. I do appreciate the range we have for acquiring pickups. That's actually very nice to see. Because a lot of games of this type make the mistake of you having to, like, completely touch every pickup, and it leads to a lot of running in circles and nonsense that really just takes you out of the game. The orange floating elements are clockies. It looks like they can be useful later. Well, that's great. Thanks for not telling me what they're good for at all. That really does not help motivate me to pick them up. Like, I'm still gonna grab them because they're shiny, but it's like, if you want a player to pick things up, telling them that it'll be useful later is better than not telling them anything, but telling them it's currency or something would be the easier way to go about making sure people do it. Because people love currency. We all know somebody that loves money. I got a thing. There are 10 crystal gems in every level, worth 500 clockies each. Collect them to unlock artwork in the gallery section. Neat. Can I climb this? Nope, that is non-existent. Okay. I appreciate the auto lock-on of his tongue. Once again, a sentence I really don't know how to feel about the fact that I've said, but well, we're here, and the sentence has been uttered, so it's too late to take it back. I do appreciate the chain explosions as well. Though, can I say... hang on.
You're one ugly figment of my imagination.
You aren't so easy on the eyes either, small, blue, and gruesome.
You talk?
Only to ugly blue creatures. Name's Leon.
Leon? That was my father's name.
Was?
He left us when I was young.
Oh, that's rough, kid.
Kid? How about you call me Scalar?
Really? This must be yours. Movie abuses lizard on set, activist protests at premiere. 12-year-old boy scales Exoff building to save the lizards. Kid lives in tree for 4 months to protect unique lizard habitat? You're quite the troublemaker.
Lizard freedom fighter, thank you.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I like rebels, especially lizard freedom fighting rebels.
Hey, tell me something. When do I wake up from this freak show?
Wake up? This is no dream.
Okay, have it your way. You're not a dream.
Oh no, have it your way. I'm just a dream. I've got work to do.
I get the whole reason why he would think it's a figment of his imagination, but he's also had concrete evidence to explain why it wouldn't be a figment of his imagination already. Okay, so we can swap lines as we go. I presume that's going to be important here in a second. It's like, did he just forget the entire experience he had before going through the portal or something? This is the kind of writing that bothers the hell out of me, is I feel like it's stupid. And I don't know if it's just a matter of, like, he's just in denial, or if they wrote themselves in a weird way here and backtracked without actually backtracking. And there's also the whole, this kid's a lizard activist at age 12 is also a question mark. Like, where would he get the resources or the understanding sufficient to really do nearly as much as he's done, according to that dossier? And I'm not saying 12-year-olds are stupid, but usually 12-year-olds are not exactly the most active in that realm. I don't know. I don't understand what this flying ball bird is. But all I know is I don't like it. Aha! It is full of money. That's what I assumed. Ooh. Since that one was further away, that one had a fancy thing in it. Means I also want to pop you. I will say, this is probably the kind of thing I would have been all about as a kid. It seems alright now. I don't know. I think as a kid the writing wouldn't have bothered me at all, but now the writing bothers me just that little bit, and I think that's what's taking me out of the game right now. And throwing that just slightly off. Again, it's not a bad thing, just like suspension of disbelief gets slapped a little bit by an incongruity like that. You know, ignoring the whole, why do they even have this device that opens a lizard portal and turns people into lizards to begin with? Though that part's kind of explained by the fact that they were making super soldiers. Apparently they're just gonna make lizard men super soldiers for some reason. Presumably the usual, we're gonna take over the world angle. Possibly the we will sell these to the highest bidder angle. Or both. Got options on that idea. Ow. Good for you. And like, I can tell they tried to write this Scalar kid as snarky. It doesn't quite land. Doesn't quite land so far. He was doing all right with the flunky, but everybody he's talked to afterwards, he just seems like kind of a dick.
She's mine. Now listen, and listen good. Don't you even think about jacking my Repidactyl. Hear me?
Relax, I don't care about your rebel baloney. I'm just killing time until I
wake up? Trust me, you're never gonna wake up.
Okay, Maybe I'm not dreaming. Maybe this is real.
Oh, it's as real as they come. Get used to it. You're still just one more speck of dust trapped here on the most pathetic plane of the multiverse.
I'm no speck of dust. I can do anything.
Really? I bet you can't even rescue that lizard egg.
Piece o' cake. I'll be back in no time. Egg in hand.
You're getting suckered. I hope you know you're being suckered. But it's also a useful thing to get suckered into doing, so you know what? I'm fine with this. Like, he is absolutely... Oh, God. I, for some reason, didn't expect that to move. But we are 110% being suckered into doing a good deed here. Playing off of his need to prove himself. As I've pitched him into the ocean twice now. I don't even know if I'm going the right way by flying across on this. He definitely was pointing not this way, I don't think. But I've chosen to go this way anyway. And this was the wrong way to go. Great, this went backwards. Joyous day, I decided to take the path that led me back through the tutorial again. I made the greatest decision. I guess this is a great way to get the rest of these items if I wanted to, like, get all of them. So that's nice of them that you don't have to, like, redo the stage entirely. You just have to redo that section to go get them again. And I guess since we died, technically, we have some of this stuff having respawned. Well, that happened. It's like, this definitely feels like another game that they were trying to make like another Spyro or Crash or what have you, because those were successful. I don't know if the... Yeah, no, this would have to be after those, so... Like, I don't know if that was the thought process, but that's what this feels like. Like, they wanted to make this a whole thing. This would end up becoming their whole mascot and everything. Oh, you son of a bitch. Line it up. Oh, come on. Why is this the one thing that's not getting magnetized to me? Got it. Also, why is his effort noise voice so much deeper than his regular voice? Yeah, in fact, no, hang on. Why does it... I swear that's almost two different voice actors doing the two parts of his jump. Why does that sound so different? It's bothering the hell out of me. Like, I know that's descending into the levels of nitpicking, but I'm just like, I don't understand. This is one of those, I happen to notice this, and now it's bothering me. It does seem like you have momentum on these lines as well, because I feel like we went slower on that climb up than we are now. Which is a good thing, all things considered. Helps those feel better. Kind of surprised they waited till right there to teach you about double jumping as well. Since that's something I feel like naturally just happens with these kind of games, you check for a double jump. But I guess if it's your first of its kind, then maybe you wouldn't assume there's a double jump. That would make sense at that point. Maybe I need to go that way to get to the egg. Or that's a lot further away than I thought. Today I learned. Smack him aside. No. Just want to quickly talk to Leon again and see if I had my directions crossed or not. Need to find one egg before you can leave the level. Oh, I see. He'll fly me out of here after we bring him the egg. So I guess the egg must be this way then? Because we're running out of options for directions to go. Gather energy by riding vines. L2 to perform an electric bomb attack. Ah, that's how I do that. Okay. Because I did that by accident when I was testing the game, and I didn't know how I did it. And why I couldn't redo it. Now I know. Oh god, they explode. Or not? Where'd they go? They just hit the wall and disappeared. Weird. I really thought they were gonna blow up and cause me all kinds of issues, and then they just poof into the ether. Ow. I really like the rail grinding mechanic, and it plays well, so I got no problem with that. I'm just like, okay, I feel like there's been enough rail grinding in one small area here. This could have all been one rail. This is another case of the attacking feels just slightly off as well, because there's a long time between his attacks. It's not a problem per se, just something I'm gonna need to be mindful of playing this. This is a real good way for me to end up getting hit. And I did have one more game lined up, but I think this might end up being last game because I can already feel myself fading a bit. Because I've been kind of fading in and out a bunch today because of the lack of sleep. So probably just do 4 hours and that'll be good enough. Because we covered a fair bit already anyway. And all that's going to be missing is one of the Donald Duck games I had selected. I had 2 choices as far as that goes, and I only picked one of them. But I could always just, like, do a Disney day, because, boy, there are so many Disney games out there. There is a stupid amount of Disney games. Like, I could probably pick a single Disney character and still have enough games just from that character alone to do an entire stream of Disney games, one character at a time. That's what happens when something's around so long and becomes such a big franchise, I suppose is the word I would need to use for that. Okay. I'm still mildly confused by these things because they seem completely ineffectual. Some of them jump at you on fire, but they miss you completely, and then the other ones just walk at you and get popped before they have a chance to do anything. Okay, they can hurt me. They just have to jump at the exact right angle. I feel like these things living amongst the spikes really is not their finest of choices. I say as I smack my face into a spike, because I'm clearly no better as far as something living among spikes goes. This is gonna have results. On the bright side, the birds can fly away now, so that's a good thing for them, right? Good job, me. Way to go. Proud of you. The thing is, I knew it was there. I knew that spike was there the entire time, but for some reason, my mind was like, oh yeah, that won't be a problem. We can walk that way and it'll be okay. And that was the controls being a little too slidey, sending me right off the edge into my death. Just gonna zoom through and trigger most of them to run around and do their thing. Seems wiser than what I was doing before. All those. I had a weird moment there where I lost control of Scalar. That's implying that I've had control of Scalar at any point. Admittedly, there's a lot of times where it really doesn't feel like that. 'Cause he's a squirrely little skink. Come here, you. Ow. No. Oh. I feel like there's a way to go faster that I'm not understanding. Come on now. I keep overshooting because I can't tell exactly where I'm trying to get to. I know where it is, but in space I don't actually entirely know. So I end up just passing it every time. Got it. Oh, come on. How do I keep getting just like within a pixel of it and then it gets snatched away from me? God damn Lucy Potts. I don't want to kick the football. God damn it. Yet I keep trying to kick the football. Why am I like this? This is also a very important question. Why don't I just rip this thing open with my giant claws? Like, they don't start out big, but they grow massive when I swing for some reason. Yeah, you know what? Heck with it. Oh, this is where we came in. God damn it. You know, it's almost like I have a map that I could be paying attention to make this easier on myself or something. Ow. Saying what I need is like right here though. I presume it's above me or something. Yeah, it's probably on that ledge, isn't it? That would make the most sense, I would figure. And I do like the design of this world. Even if it is already starting to look all a little bit the same, but it is also this one area. Other areas, I presume, will end up looking different. God damn it. I told him to double jump and he just didn't. There must be a spot where I'm closer to that platform than the rest of the time. It looked like it was pretty early on. Either that or we're meant to get there from somewhere else. Yeah, I think this orbit's actually fairly stable, so I don't think it actually gets appreciably closer. It's probably for the best that these heals need you to directly contact them, unlike the currency. Just because this way you don't end up wasting healing items. Oh, these are all heals. Okay. I figured one of them was going to be one of those crystal coin things again. Turns out not so much. I hope I'm going a useful direction. Ow. Oh, this is not ideal with one hit point. It's a good thing we have a long-ranged attack. Oh, this guy's gonna be an issue, though. Unless I can just keep baiting him into doing that and keep hitting him in the butt. Apparently, that's exactly what I can do here. Okay. Oh, there's a heal. Thank you. Ta-da! Okay. I think it's just the fact that they don't really have a reaction when you hit them out of the air. That's what keeps confusing me with those jumping guys. Because it feels like they just vanish into the ether for mystical reasons. I mean, if they're just gonna keep dying trying to hit me, I'm fine with this. I'll just keep running around. Brr. Not you, that's for sure. Don't get too big for your britches now, kid. Interesting. It showed me as having a block of health left, but I guess I technically got hit twice by those bombs instead of just the once. Give me that. Huh. Not sure where it went, but okay. We totally put it in our non-existent pocket. Yes. Yes, that's how that works. Yes. Unsure how to feel. No, at least it brought us back to Leon immediately. Enter evolution menu, huh? Ooh, there we go. Leon can help you transform claw keys into precious upgrades. Somehow. Do one more damage per hit or have one more hit point. Let me hit a little harder. Ah, it pukes on me and I become stronger. I see.
Yuck! This better work.
Each time you hit an enemy, you'll inflict an additional point of damage. Hell yeah. Let's get me out of here. Sure, we'll save our progress again. Why not? It can't hurt. I mean, it can. Because if the save corrupts or something from all the saving.
Nice job, Twinkle Toes. Now, Hand it over.
This is not just any lizard egg. It's an egg from my world. What do you want with it?
I'm here to liberate it. I'm gonna send it and all the rest of the eggs back to where they came from.
How are you gonna do that? Didn't you say we were trapped here?
Unless you can locate the right portal. And you don't have a portal beacon, do you?
No. Do you?
I know where I can get my hands on one. But first, I need to get all the eggs. So, hand that one over, and I'll be on my way.
Where this egg goes, I go. Besides, believe me, I can help you get these.
All right, suit yourself, kiddo.
We teamed up, I guess. Even though it seems like neither of them likes each other, which is not surprising. Neither of them have proven to be particularly likable. Let's see what the gallery has to offer us. Spooky thing. One with horns. Smaller one with horns. Flying one with horns. Oh, that was just the loading screen for it, I guess. Ah. You know, the idea of unlocking things in a gallery really only makes sense when you don't give away every single image just on the preview for them. I suspect I'm seeing our future. I shouldn't be looking at that. That's adorable. Also, I almost wish this was what they had used and they made a side-scrolling platformer as well. Just running around as that would just be hilarious to me. Okay, that's a thing. Now those are nice. Flying back to the world map because clearly I have to do that. Oh wow, we actually have like free reign to fly around and there's... Game, why you toy with me this way? There's clearly money right here and I can't have it. I'm upset now. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Wow, you actually get to see the entire game world right out the gate, huh? That looks important. Gonna go out on a limb and assume this is final boss territory up here. Considering it's also the one that needs the most eggs. Looks like you get branching paths occasionally, though, because this one needs 16, and so did this one. So you get a couple cases where you have multiple options for places to go. So why does this one up here need 12 eggs? Why is that one there? That needs 12, that needs 8. 7. 4. 10. Which, that's another thing. A lot of them were going up by 2s. Why is this one 7? This one's also 7. That's a 3. I don't understand. I mean, I guess early on it makes sense for them to go up by, like, 1s, just so people don't have to get multiple eggs in a stage in order to go somewhere. Learn Bakudan transformation, find egg 2 and 3, and collect the gems. See, transformations might bring me back into this. Because I do enjoy getting new forms and things like that to change the gameplay up.
Those are Cloakies. You can pick them up. They're little balls of energy. You get enough of them, I'll help you convert them into something useful.
I'll get so many of these things that you won't know what to do with them.
Yeah, whatever. And one more thing. This place is full of Bakadons. They're little guys with bombs. Vanquish enough of them, absorb their energy, and you'll be a Bakadon in no time. Use it to your advantage.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
I already like them.
Back with the eggs before you know it.
I love how he's not questioning the fact that Leon's not helping get the eggs now. He's just gonna hang out with the exit. He's basically our getaway driver now. When we go heist the eggs. Here's Bakadon's ability to destroy this rock. Well, if I had it. Bakadon territory. Okay, that way. And up. Try to defeat the 8 Bakadons hidden in this area. As I get exploded trying to read that. Thanks, game. Appreciate you not making me invincible for that. Oh god, their bomb still hurts after they're dead. Okay, good. Their positions are shown on the map. Okay, so they're the red dots then. Okay, very good. That's near you, little shit. Okay, so I can get them with the ranged attack to stun them, and then I can slap them to death. That seems to be the winning strategy for dealing with them. I can also deflect their bombs, but mixed results on that part. So if I just have the ability to just throw bombs in Bakadon form, I might be like completely back around on this. I do like all the little idle animations they have and such. Like they're just playing around with their bombs, waiting for me to get here. And I'm sure you expected me to say playing around with something else, and let's be real, just not gonna go for low-hanging fruit like that. And if anybody caught the fact that that was a double-ended joke, well done. You know, really having some trouble here with the amount of explosions that are occurring. Both favorable and otherwise. Usually otherwise. Is this whole place being explosive is really bad for my health. I'm really starting to reconsider having not purchased the extension for health. But I didn't expect to be in an area that was going to be constantly blowing me up. That said, without a life limit or anything, it really doesn't seem to matter if we die 1,000 times either. It just makes my life slightly awkward.
Myself up.
Just hold on to that bomb for an extra minute there, kid. Yeah, now we just can spawn bombs. Bakadon can lay down bombs. Lay down bomb or throw bomb forward. Use the same button to detonate. So, not only is it bombs, but it's remote detonated bombs. Oh, yes. Now I'm in my element. I have explosives. Look at that. So as I always say, many games can be improved by providing the player with high explosives. admittedly, many games can also be ruined by providing the player with high explosives, but it's a matter of determining your goals a bit, you know? Good news, I'm immune to my own explosives. Just ran away and dropped a bomb at my own feet, because that was apparently a great idea in my mind. Oh, neat. I just wanted to blow something up, and it just happened to be a good thing. Uh-oh. Drowning? Drowning is a problem. Yeah, this was definitely from the era where they didn't really care about your eyes still. Everything's blowing up and flashing and doing crazy things. Oh, people will figure it out. They'll be fine as I drown again. I think everything respawning when you die is really not the best for this game because of the amount of things that can instantly kill you. Really seems like that's a bit of a problem. It's a pity you don't have a way to skip the transformation animation, but it does seem like things pause when you're transforming, so that's kind of okay. Wow, that really blew up. There you go, big guy. These are for you. Whoa, okay. They got shooters now, huh? That's good for them, bad for me. The bombs definitely do a lot more damage than our claws do. I do wish in hindsight that I had waited until we did a stage before buying upgrades though, because I'm assuming there's gonna be upgrades for this form as well. Which on that note, we probably should go back to Leon and see if there are actually new upgrades now that we did that. Does mean we have to get back through the clown show over here again, but it's not actually that bad to get through. Enables you to charge up additional bombs on vines. That's not helpful, but we can buy the extra health, so... Okay, that is skippable. Very good. So now we've got 4 hit points instead of 3, which will probably be a huge help, except for the fact that we only have, like, 10 minutes left on this game. Which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't know if I got... No, I definitely didn't get that. I looked up at the count, and the answer is definitely no. Let's try to go grab that again. Got it. I just jumped a little late last time. Whee! Hell yeah. I keep hitting the shoulder buttons thinking that's how I transform. So this form is so much slower. It is unfortunate. Like, it's the classic exchange strength for speed situation. Oh lord. I'm glad I switched. Which I had to switch in order to climb up the ledge anyway, but you know what I mean. Except I'm dead anyway. And we're back. Ugh. The checkpoints are a little poopy. A little bit poopy. Like, for the amount they're throwing at you, I feel like maybe a little bit more checkpointing would have been in order. But it doesn't matter. They probably were also expecting you to figure this out a bit quicker and do better than I have been. Which is fair, because doing better than the half-dead dragon would be reasonable to expect out of people. Gonna guess I meant to put a bomb here, considering the thing we saw before. Yep. I don't know what this does. Ah, okay. I don't know how these two connect, but if they connect, great. That's all I need to know. That was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Ta-da! Clearly I need to go this way now. Ah! Here's a question. If I place a bomb and transform, I can keep the bomb. Okay. Ta-da! They probably intended you to, like, stay in Bakudan form and then run over. Okay, you can blow yourself up. You just have to be, like, on top of it to blow yourself up. Is that not gonna work? Did I somehow... Okay, good. I was about to be both upset and very impressed with myself that I somehow managed to miss the interact point there like that. Because that would have been a really good trick. A very good, very unhelpful trick, but it would have been a good trick. There. Yeah, hey. Any games on your phone? Oh god. Yep, I knew one of those wasn't gonna work. I just had that gut feeling of, like, this is going too smoothly. One of these is gonna go wrong if I don't double jump. But I didn't know which one. Yeah. Oh boy. Bombs for you. More bombs for you. Like, I'm really enjoying the rain. Hello. Some kind of flying demon man thing. I'm much happier with the range I have with the bomber form, but that vulnerability while the bombs are out in the air is a real issue. But that is the time I've chosen spent, so we will be finding us somewhere to go potentially, and if we don't find something that fits right, we will probably just call it. Because the second I put the controller down, I just felt like a weight drop on me. Like the moment I wasn't actively doing something, just the energy went, oh, you wanted to keep that? Bleh. We've all been there, I'm pretty sure. That moment where you stop being active for just a second and it really just hits finally. And I've got mostly new faces on right now, and I do not have the energy to socialize with new people. So I do apologize, but this is probably going to be a no raid day. So, thank you all for taking the time to be here. or those that stuck around, owned or not, either one is honestly, you both groups gave me time out of their day, and that is quite the thing to give. Thursday, I may have a couple things up my sleeve, but the schedule may get thrown out the window in favor of something that comes out tomorrow. I need to determine how things are going to play out for that, as I mentioned yesterday. Beyond that, we'll see, because I will obviously be live again on Friday after whatever happens Thursday, and Saturday as well. But that's about it out of me, and before I go on this whole tangential ramble of being tired, I'm just gonna cut it here, especially now that I'm hiccuping like crazy. So, once again, thank you, and I will see you Thursday. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.